Call the December 5th, 2024 day meeting to roll call.
John Smoot, David Call,
Here.
Bobby Eggleton,
Here.
Destiny Newcomb, Drew Pack,
Here.
Rob Van Natter.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes as posted.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Citizen concerns. Busy. Unfinished business.
Okay, so first we have Daea case 2024-08, located at 1059 North Poplar Fork Road in Hurricane. The complaint was originally received back in February. 90 days was requested by the landowner and was granted by the board on July 11th. A follow-up inspection on October 25th showed no progress, but the landowner attended our last meeting on November 7th and provided photos that they had mowed the property the day before. So he was given 30 days to make visible progress, and it was suggested that the junk camper be removed before this meeting. A follow-up inspection was conducted on November 25th, which didn't really show any progress.
Make a motion, we move this to the commission.
I will happily second that motion.
Any comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
So then we'll have Daea case 2024-25 at 175 Pine Ridge Road in Scott Depot. The complaint was originally filed on July 24th by the Pine Ridge Subdivisions Homeowners Association. The property owner was granted a 90-day extension by the board on September 5th. Photos taken on November 25th at the follow-up inspection show she did have new windows installed, and it did look like she made a good amount of progress on the cleanup.
Have you been in contact with the homeowner?
No, she hasn't contacted. She just, the last time I spoke with her, she was working with her bank to get funding for windows, which evidently did work.
So she did put windows in?
Yeah.
One of the windows up the corner, did she tell you what room that is? Is that an egress window she had?
Oh, yeah.
I'm on,
This one here is,
yeah.
yeah, that's a garage.
Okay.
Yeah, that side of the house is where the garage is.
And there looks like there's a door on the back side there.
Do you have a suggestion? Obviously, there's been some progress.
She did clean up the debris that was there. The yard was taken care of and is now past the point of needing maintained due to the weather. The windows are in. The only thing I saw that might be an issue is that there's now a refrigerator in the driveway that wasn't there.
I've got a dryer in my backyard too, I need to throw away too, but
Right, so I didn't know if you would want to recommend it for dismissal, because she did what we asked her to begin
well,
with.
that's what we're supposed to do. I make a recommendation that we dismiss this.
I'll second that motion.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, then we have case 2024-29 at 165 Shade Tree Lane in Scott Depot. This complaint was filed by the Saddle Downs Homeowners Association on August 21st. The property owner did request 90 days for the cleanup and was given that, and was also provided contact information for a contractor, as they live in Florida and are not here. Shannon Simmons is contracted to demolish the structure that was established in September, and he has completed asbestos testing. The property owner did contact staff on November 6th to request 60 more days, stating that the contractor said he would be able to start the demo after Thanksgiving. I don't know if Shannon Simmons
Is
is,
there a trailer and a house on this, or just that trailer?
just that trailer.
Okay.
It's
I think it's got an
basically,
addition built onto it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's got
kind
a
of in the
little pop
backyard of
out
the
there in the
Saddle
back.
Downs people.
I know Shannon's been booked quite a bit, so I know he'll get to it when he can.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and make a suggestion or a recommendation to drop or
Dismiss it.
dismiss this case.
I second it.
Any further comments or questions? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And our last case is 2024-33 at 151 Clayton Avenue in Hurricane. The city of Hurricane was receiving complaints about the vehicles on the property. The landowner's attorney contacted staff about the case and stated that the vehicles are titled in the landowner's name and they are not junk or abandoned. Some of the vehicles have moved around since our initial inspection and appear that some of them are in working condition. I don't know how we handle,
You say this is in the city of Hurricane?
It's on the Dunning,
Yeah,
It's
Chicken
still
farm.
ours, though. It's still.
It's
in the
not in
town.
city limits.
It's not?
it's not in city
limits.
limits,
Yeah.
but the city of Hurricane is receiving the complaints because it's
That's
in
Well,
Hurricane.
give them 30 days, that way annex it.
Okay.
They're all licensed and registered?
According
not.
to the letter I received from the attorney, a few of the vehicles are registered. They are all owned by the property owner, and he says they are not junk or abandoned.
Stickers were good and the license are active?
The SUV, or
They're-
that, whatever the vehicle is on the left doesn't have a plate on the back.
Yeah, the Dodge Caravan does it. The
Minivan.
Chevy truck
It
is,
does.
it does move around occasionally. I live 3 houses down from this, so.
It's got a black sticker on it, so it's 25 sticker.
Is this gentleman a mechanic or?
When I looked into him, he actually does have a business license through the state for a machine shop or mechanical shop of some type.
His garage is pretty wicked. It's awesome. But, I mean, there's 2 cars in there too, that are put up. But, I mean, he is a well-tenured gentleman. He's been in the area and been there for quite some time. But, I mean, the older vehicle, I can see what, and I've gotten complaints on this one too, and stuff, in the office, and on too, so. I don't know what to.
Every time I've been by to photograph, the lawn is always done, the home looks good, the garage
yeah.
looks good. It's just,
Yeah, and that's, I mean, he does well, he does maintain pretty well. He
Yes.
just had a new roof put on it last week too. But I get that, I mean, I see what people see.
Well, I'm not sure this kind of falls into what we do,
exactly.
Yeah.
so I make a motion, we dismiss
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion. Is there, in what case or what resource should we give people when
That's a state law that they have to be, I can't remember the number of vehicles there. It has to be more than so many to be a junkyard, but, so he doesn't fall into that obviously, because he has, now the registered vehicles, there's a state law in that, but it's very broad. We're talking 2 cars there that I see that aren't registered, so, and if he's a mechanic, then he could justify in any court saying, I'm working on this car. So I tell people that have numerous cars, have complaints, they can contact my office, and we can send them a letter on, and quote the state law. Not a lot of teeth in it, but,
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's
but most of the time, the letter,
awesome.
In the, just FYI, in the Daea ordinance, it's rather somewhat vague. It refers to junk or abandoned vehicles. So that's,
There's a
everybody's definition may be
definition.
different.
There's a definition for junk or abandoned vehicle in state code. And it does say that a motor vehicle is not a junked motor vehicle if the owner of the motor vehicle is storing the motor vehicle on the owner's property.
So if he owns the vehicles and they're on his
So if
property.
they're titled in his name, even if they're not currently licensed, he still owns them and it is his property.
I started to bring that up on the individual with the trailer, that he didn't want to do anything with it, because that is by definition a vehicle. I knew he wasn't going to do anything anyway.
Nope.
Okay. Any new business?
No, but we did have a motion to dismiss and a second.
Oh,
For
I
Clay.
thought we did it, I'm sorry. Is there a second for the dismissal?
A second.
All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
And there is no new business.
I have a complaint from somebody this morning about a place we're all very familiar with. As you go into Poca, on the right side, there's a house. Before you cross the bridge into Poca, there's a house and a camper on the right that has been there for years. Out doing your drive, you know where I'm talking about?
Coming from Nitro heading in?
No, coming from here.
other side.
It's on the right, yeah, it's on the right side, before you cross the bridge into Poca.
Gotcha.
That's right there at Hazard Creek.
Yeah, I think that's been on our list before. I think it has come across.
Was it is it on the side of the road?
As a camper, like attached to the
Camper,
house.
it's a blue tarp.
Yes,
I know what you're talking about.
I've seen that
That's it.
recently.
We've dealt with it,
I've seen that.
We've had that across the board.
yeah.
maybe we'll do an inspection.
Okay.
I've tried to approach them too, or stuff. And, I mean, on the bags of trash wise, there's not a ton, but it's not.
Out Red House, at the top of the hill, past church. Probably right before you get to the waste. Right on the side of the road. It's an RV, it's a driving RV, older one. But, that kind of falls into. Yeah. Other than that, it's, I had those two complaints from people today, they knew where I were coming to. That's it.
Staff report?
Nope,
Nothing.
nothing?
Adjournment?
Do we need to discuss,
I got a call from my son yesterday, Jordan spoke with him. And that's all I know.
So I went ahead and contacted each of our current fire chiefs to find out if there was any interest in sitting on the board. And I had 5 people say that they would fill out the applications. I've received 1 back already. Just trying to preemptively prepare for.
my recommendation is whoever his recommendation is.
So, yeah.
I
So
think
will the,
John's done exactly what we're supposed to do here, and that's,
Oh, okay.
okay. Good. I have it right here if you wanted me to just list them off to you. I said I have it here if you'd like for me to list it off, or we could talk about it after.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
We're out here.
Thank you.
That's a short